त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतः शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ महागणपतये नमः। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। I'm very happy and delighted to introduce our new General Manager, Shri Karthik Ramgopal. Please welcome him. So, I'll pass this mic to him to continue the orientation for all of you. You have heard me enough. Time to hear from Karthik ji now. So Karthik will share with all of you what's the program for tonight, tomorrow and Sunday. And also we are happy to have Karthik ji's Dharmapatni, Vani. Please Vani stand up. Vani, please come here. So Vaniji also joined our staff. So you used to see Vimala, in Vimala's place you will see Vaniji. So all the best to both of them.
Thank you, Sudatmaji, for the kind introduction, and I'm happy and grateful to welcome you all and have this opportunity to do that. It's all Puja Swamiji's grace and Dakshinamurti's blessings. So, without which we won't be in this position or able to take over this role as well. And as everyone says, I have to fill big shoes. One of the biggest one maybe this ashram, Suratmaji. So, hopefully I can do I try my best to do that. And also Vani would be able to accompany and do what Vimlaji was doing for all of you for all these years. So with that, I'll go through the quick scheduling. And there's a small camp compared to our bigger week ones and monthly ones or something like that. The one which goes for months. We have one coming up for 3 months in June. So today we are here on Friday, April 18th. So we have the 8 to 9 orientation and then Satsang, introductory Satsang by Swami Muktatmananda ji. So if you have any questions, you can have it. And I think we have not given you a small card or a paper to write, but you can ask. Then Swami will be able to answer that. And then tomorrow, April 19th, Saturday, we start with 7 o'clock meditation, again here. 7 to 7:30. Then we'll break for the breakfast in the new dining hall, which you all know. And from 10 to 11, we'll have the first class. This is Vedanta and Emotional Maturity by Swamiji. And then an half an hour gap for coffee, tea and bio break. 11:30 to 12:30, Sudatmaji is doing a Vedic chanting. I think we'll be doing here as well?
Yeah,
here only. So whoever is interested to learn some chanting of Vedic mantras, you're welcome to join. And then 3:15 to 4 o'clock in the yoga studio, we have a yoga class by Ifa Hassan. So whoever is interested or have energy to do yoga, please join her. And at 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. again we have the second class Vedanta and Emotional Maturity here by Swamiji. And then a break, we'll have Aarti at 5:45 for Dakshinamurti. Before that I forgot, in the morning we have early morning 5:15 in the Homa place. We have a Lagu Ganapati Homa and for 15 minutes. And then at 5:40 we have Dakshinamurti Rudrabhishekam. That is every day. This is every day schedule. So who are allowed to join, and it will be for an hour. Once that is done, we'll be having meditation here at 7 o'clock. And then evening again, after the 5:30 class, at around 5:40, we have the evening aarti. And then you can break for the dinner. Dinner again will be served from 6:30 to 7:30 in the main dining hall over there. And 7:30 to 8:30 satsang, question answers. So for tomorrow's satsang, definitely we'll keep you some papers and pens to write, so you can write your questions. If you want to identify yourself, you can do, or you can write anonymously also. And Swamiji will take as much as questions possible within that hour. And on Sunday again, same schedule in the morning, the temple, similar schedule, 5:15 and 5:40. And then we have 7 to 7:30 meditation, 10 to 11. This Sunday we have our regular, weekly Gita class, which used to be like 2 classes. Because of this camp going on now, the first class will be a Gita class, continuation of what is their studying, going through that. So there will be many walk-in people who will be joining you, who are not in the camp, but they will be regularly coming to the Gita classes. So those people will be joining you here. So you can expect some more people here, and we'll try to arrange moving these chairs and providing more seats for them as well. So after that, 11:30, again half an hour break, and 11:30, 12:30, we have Vedanta and emotional maturity concluding class, and then Guru Dakshina. So that's the schedule generally. And as you know, we have tea, coffee and everything available here as well. You have the dispenser over behind this wall, and then also in the dining hall. Generally, this place is opened around 5:15 when we have the temple getting opened up. So if anyone early riser wants to have a coffee or tea, you can please help yourself. And that building will open around 6:30, 7. So when people come over there. So as I said, breakfast is served between 7:30 and 8:15, and lunch from 12:45 to 2. Tea, coffee, warm. Again, evening we'll have tea, coffee over there also in the lobby. You can take some time to have, and then dinner. And if anyone is interested in any seva between in the morning in the kitchen, sometimes people try to help. So you can do that in the morning time between 8:15 and 8:55. Then on almost 2 to 3 is your sort of free time tomorrow. So that's it. And dining hall, generally we close the dining hall for cleaning around 2 o'clock at the time. And then evening around 10 o'clock. So till early morning we will keep it closed for the workers to clean those areas. So any general questions or comments, you can take it. Swamiji should be here anytime. Probably.
This 7:30 meditation class.
7 to 7:30. Yeah.
7:30, right? Is that a guided meditation?
Yeah, Swamiji will be doing the guided. It's a guided meditation. Yeah, it's a Vedantic meditation as for attended in the past. The same meditation which Swamiji will be guiding. So all the regular classes Swamiji will be taking. Vedic chanting Sudatmaji will be taking. Yoga is the one where Ifa is taking in the yoga studio, the big building over there. Otherwise everything will be run by Swamiji.
So all the classes will be conducted here in this room?
Yeah. Right now, there may be a change on Sunday. I will inform you. Depends on how we are able to accommodate. If we have expect much more people on Sunday, we may move to the new building, but it's not yet decided. But I will keep you informed in advance. So, generally we start our Memorial Day camp from that new building. So otherwise, these camps normally happens in the temple itself. There we used to have the full class setup. Because the flooring is going on, the reflooring, we moved it here for now. So the flooring should get over soon, and then the normal temple classes will happen from there, pretty soon from there, yeah.
Boniji, you want to say a few words? You can ask how they are all in the room, they're all comfortable, please come. Please come.
Okay, so, yeah, any feedback?
Queries, you please contact, you can reach me in the office, feel free, feel free, and if you have anything, any problem in the rooms, feel free to come and address it in the office and try my best to get it done.
Yeah, we try to take care of as much as possible all the requirements. There may be some gaps here and there, and also this is the one of the first camp after the pretty cold winter. We are still going through the winter. Luckily, we have good temperature this 3-4 days, so we are lucky enough for that. We have to be thankful so that you can even walk around or go on the trail. Yeah, for people who are who are coming here, first timers basically, you have a trail over here. You can walk. The whole trail is almost a mile. Which is you can have a map over there. You have the map near the building Bhavani and Gomathi and those area. So you can go for a walk if you want in the afternoons with the break time or something like that, or within the ashram. So that's a nice place to spend your time quietly also. We have a gazebo there. People used to go and sit over there and all that. Apart from that, this is the first time we did launch this online, registration process. I hope most of you had a smooth ride with it without any issues, and hope it helped you in terms of doing the registration on your own pace rather than calling and talking to someone and all that. Of course, the personal touch we still will continue when you come here and all that, but at least on the registration process, we want to go through quickly on the online. So. And that was the intention, and that gives us some more flexibility in terms of the logistics and all that, so that we can work through, with the children's camp, how many children are coming, adults are coming, and all those. So it helped us a bit, and we are also learning through that process. So, yeah, if there is any comments or this thing, please reach out to me. You have my email ID also, and we will try to take care of all that if anything to be done. Yeah.
Can you share a little bit about the new dormitory that's being built?
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you. Yeah, the Vasishta, the building name is Vasishta, that is coming up, where we have right now these 3 buildings, Gomathi, Bhavani and Godavari. That buildings will be taken down after this summer program, maybe in the fall. We are working through some of the approval process. We almost got all the approvals. We are ready maybe to go soon. But because of the summer and fall courses going to happen, so we don't want to have a demolition and construction work going on at that time. So this will happen sometime in September, maybe the end of September or something. Those 3 buildings will be taken down, and we are bringing up another 24 rooms with all, since it's going to be the new building, which will have all the new. It will be first floor and second floor, basically the ground floor and the first floor with some lift facility and for handicap access as well. And currently we have, I think most of the sponsorship is done. If somebody is still interested, you can reach out to me, and we can guide you through the process. It's for one kutia, it is 200,000 basically as a sponsorship, and once you sponsor for any course, you will get a preference to attend, and that is how we give even for the cottage donors right now. So for any more details, you can please reach out to me. Swamiji is here, so I'll go mic to Swamiji. Yeah.
Sadhi was sent to note that.
Yeah. Yeah, we also have a live going on. I think there is some issue. That's what I got the message. I just set it up again. Yeah. Thanks, Swamiji. Just give me 2 seconds. It should work for you. Close it.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahavehyam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhinastu Vishahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaskaram to all. So what shall we do? I feel let me initiate some topic based on which you will have certain questions. Well-directed questions. The topic is a topic of grace, which we will be discussing in these 2 days also. So it's to accomplish anything in life, you need 6 things. First is a well-directed effort. Right? Well-directed. In Sanskrit we call Udyamam. The second thing is entrepreneurship. Sahasam. Third thing is courage. Sustained enthusiasm till you achieve. Also required. Fourth is intelligence. Buddhi. Then Shakti, power, resources, manpower, money power, raw materials, this, etc. Resources. You can say even infrastructure also. And the sixth is ability to face the obstacles. Because anything you want to accomplish, there will be few obstacles, more obstacles, but the obstacles will be there. So ability to face the obstacle. Parakrama. So Udyamam, Sahasam, Dhairyam, Buddhi, Shakti, Parakrama. Shat ete yatra vartanti tatra devaha sahayakrit. Deva, Ishvara. Sahayakrit, ready to help. Because Ishvara's help is required. More than 6 factor, there is a unknown factor, the 7th factor, which can make a difference between success and failure. Because these 6 things are there, all the 6 things are there with me, yet I may not accomplish a given thing. Therefore, we will have to assume a 7th factor. Only these 6 are in my hand. Other than that is basically unknown factor. So in our any accomplishment, we always, Vedikas make Ishvara as a partner. Because his help is required. Which is called grace. But this generally, the word grace we know. But perhaps we don't have a clear understanding of what is grace. In all cultures, word grace is not there, but some other word. At least wish you best luck or something like that. Luck. And Urdu it may be said naseeb, etc. You use different words. And even though it is used by humanity in all the cultures, but really speaking, the understanding of that word, more than a little concept of that, clear understanding, even we don't have. We use very generously we use this word. By God's grace. Right? By God's grace. What is that? To understand it well, we'll go to Mahabharata. There is one story. Whether it happened or not, we are not bothered. But it is really a beautiful thing. Which shows rather, that story shows a difference between success and failure is not merely efforts. There is these 6 factors. There is a 7th factor. That shows that. So before this war which was impending Mahabharata war. But before that, this Arjuna and our Duryodhana both went to Lord Krishna for seeking help in war. And when they went, of course, first Duryodhana went. Bhagavan was asleep. So he sat by the side of his head, Krishna's head. Then Arjuna came. And he stood at the feet of Lord. And both were waiting. Bhagavan got up and he saw Arjuna first because he was at the feet. And but Duryodhana made his presence felt. And here. So, okay. Bhagavan saw that he is here, but he did not ask Duryodhana first. He asked Arjuna first. And before Arjuna asked anything, he made it very clear that I will not really lift any weapon in this war. I can be with you, but without any weapon. No risk, nothing. I will not keep. Or else you need not choose me. You choose my army, Yadava army. And this Yadava army, these Yadavas had a boon actually, that no non-Yadava can defeat them. Any other Kshatriya cannot defeat them in the war. Such a boon was there. Means whoever has a Yadava army will win. Arjuna should ask for that. Naturally. And the first choice also was given to him. But no. This is a time when I think Duryodhana had prayed. Otherwise he would not pray for any time. This is the only time he must have prayed. That Arjuna should not ask the army. And he did not ask. He did not ask. Duryodhana, he said, Arjuna said, well, you be with me. I don't want anything else. I don't want that you take even any weapon in your hand. Duryodhana felt the victory was given in a platter. This full, sentimental fool, out of sentiments for some person, he chose. And Duryodhana of course chose army. Bhagavan used to tease me, Arjuna. Why did you choose? When I told you, I given you the first choice, you should have chosen army. What Arjuna said, in you and in your grace, I see a factor which makes a difference between success and failure, victory and defeat. That's what. Duryodhana thought army is there with me, so I will win. Arjuna did not think differently. He is also Kshatriya. Definitely in a war you need army, armor, everything besides. That's how Ukraine is asking. I don't want to avoid. But that is what is required. This is a person without weapon, one more mouth to feed in wartime. But Rama was an avatar of a dharma, and Krishna was definitely embodiment of dharma. Krishna was an embodiment of grace. Anugraha Vigraha it is called. Rama is Dharma Vigraha. Vigraha is embodiment. Krishna is Anugraha Vigraha. Yeah. Therefore, Arjuna said that in you and your grace, I see a difference which makes a difference between victory and defeat. And he won. And so what is it? What is required for success? Not just merely efforts, proper efforts for a proper time with resources, but also a grace of the unknown factor, let us say, should be favorable to you. That is there. Otherwise, that factor is not there at all. Suppose somebody may say to me, such a factor is not there, then you can call all the shots. Nobody can call all the shots in this world. Nobody has been born till today who can call all the shots. You write any successful person's biography, autobiography, you will find if he's an honest person, he writes his failures also. Right? Everybody writes. In fact, they are proud of their failures because they have learned from the failures many things. Yeah. They have learned from the failures. So definitely there is a factor which can be favorable, which may not be favorable. Anyway, and such a concept of a certain factor is there, as I told you, in all the cultures. In our Shastra also here, we have understood and dealt properly this particular factor, how to make that factor favorable. We call it, of course, as the grace of God, etc. So there is a description of Ishvara, Nugraha, etc. Well, we also know, Arjuna being the Vedika, he was sure that my Purushartha is there, my brother's Purushartha is there, other people are also there, we have right means, following Dharma, everything is there, but we need this. We need this. And therefore, he gave the reins of his chariot, etc. to him. The grace was sitting right in front of him. Grace was so close to him. Every arrow which passed, which were directed towards Arjuna, was passing through Krishna. Yeah. Was literally saved by Bhagavan. Bhagavan himself put in a very dangerous situation. Very dangerous situation. Because he was right in front. Arjuna was sitting inside the chariot. What is this grace? Are there some packets which Ishvara distributes every morning? What is this grace? And he has to, and every morning he will have a wonder because there are millions of bhaktas. He has limited packets. And to how many people he can give? And many bhaktas, well, instead of receiving grace, that particular day gain disgrace also. So he will have a wonder that to whom I should give grace, I should shower blessing. To few others, no grace. To few others, disgrace. What is this? So grace is nothing well which Ishvara has, which he distributes every morning. One person said that sorry, I got a flat tire in winter time on a highway, particular highway, and it was very chill. But definitely he came out and he was asking, every the person who was passing by to stop and help him to change the tire, etc. Nobody stopped for 1 hour. He was literally shivering in the cold, even though he has all his clothes still. After 1 hour, one person stopped and helped and changed the tire. By God's grace, he said. By God's grace, after 1 hour. So he was narrating to me over a phone. I said, that's true. That by God's grace you got help after 1 hour. But where was the God when he gave you a flat tire? And where was he when you were suffering in such a winter, shivering in this cold for 1 hour? Where was he? Was he angry with you for 1 hour and then he cooled down or what? No answer. Could you follow? This is how it is. We just use word grace, etc. Grace is nothing but it's a karma phala. Result of our own good actions. Well, which is being brought into. This karma, the good karmas has been shaped into this type of a karma phala by a law. Law present in the creation. And all the laws are Ishvara. Not laws are wielded by Ishvara. laws are Ishvara. We'll see that. So laws are Ishvara, and therefore the karma, good karma has been shaped into good karma phala. By law, by Ishvara. Therefore that karma phala we call it as a grace of Ishvara. It's a graceful expression for our own karma phala. Yeah. Because which good action of the past has brought this favorable situation, I do not know. Right? But it has definitely come from Ishvara. By the laws. Laws present in the creation which is not being made by the human being. It's not a taxation law. Gravitation law is quite different. It's not a traffic law which a human being has made. It's all laws which has come along with the creation and it sustains the creation. Intelligent manifestation. When there is any intelligent manifestation, there must be a conscious being behind it. That is what Ishvara is. That's what Ishvara is. Being maker and material of everything. What is there is Ishvara, and therefore laws are Ishvara. And therefore, definitely those laws, the Ishvara has shaped the result. So then definitely we call it as a grace of Ishvara. How to earn this grace? That's the thing. We need a lot of grace, to be honest with you. Because you and me because to be at a right time, in a right place, everyone wish that. But we are not. We have all the time, right? To be in the right time, to be at the right time in the right place, bring success. But many times you feel sorry. I would have been there at this place. I would have applied for this job. I would have, you are not there. There's a human experience, in fact, that you wanted to be at the right time, in a right place, in a right place, to get the success all the time. No. Somebody takes your opportunity. This all thing happen. And therefore, we need a lot of grace because we face with a lot of obstacles. Obstacles pertaining to our own head. Yeah. Something goes wrong in my mind, some thought, that's it, my mood goes off immediately. Even in the most beautiful place, people become so sad. Person becomes sad. And I will tell you later also that there is so much grace is needed. Grace is available, one has to tap the grace. Tapping is through 2 types of action. But before that, I would like to talk something else. See, everyone, human being has a desire, ambitions, etc., which is a privilege. It's a privilege. Nobody has. Whole humanity has done progress because of this desire. Nobody did progress. All cows and all which are there before 1,000 years, they are saying. All this is a manifestation of somebody's desire. Somebody invented, somebody made. But desire, everywhere there is a desire. It's a great power we have. And you have a ability to choose also. Free. Choose. You can choose. When you want to fulfill your desire, then definitely having a free will choice, you can choose a right means to get that thing, or you can choose wrong means. Yeah. Ethical norms. You choose ethical norms, you have ethical choice, we call dharma, etc., right choice, in order to accomplish a given thing. Or you can choose a wrong means also, adharma, etc. If you choose the right means, no problem. Because that's a manifestation of Ishvara ultimately. And therefore you are in harmony with the Ishvara, dharma. No problem. But if you choose a wrong means, then you go against Ishvara. You are rubbing against Ishvara. It's like rubbing yourself to the tree. If you rub yourself, your shoulder to the trunk of the tree, definitely you will be rubbed more than the tree is rubbed. You will be rubbed in the process. And if you still rub in anger, then you will bleed also. So choosing a right means, choosing a wrong means, well, ultimately to fulfill your desire, ambition, well, we will have to ultimately pay. Yeah. Which we call durita karmas. Yeah. Which will stand as an invisible wall between you who has a desire and that thing which you have desired. Between you and the object of desire, it stands as an invisible wall. Our own durita karmas, in which we have gone against. We have chosen wrong means because of the pressure to fulfill desire. That's it. Desire is good, but to fulfill that desire, if there is a pressure, then person may adopt the wrong means, and they adopt also. People go choose the wrong means. That will create a durita. That will become obstacle in your future endeavors. Now, how will we take care of it? It's a past, and I don't know how much of them are there. But if I am facing obstacles and the object of desire eludes me all the time, suppose, I put a lot of effort, still I am not able to get. There is some obstacle, at least we understand. And that obstacle is this, basically, transformation of my own durita karmas, papa karmas. We have to take care of that. We have to take care of it. And there are two types of karmas. So, a karma which you do, the action which you do to get a desired result with a right means right now, that is required. Like Arjuna. Arjuna, whole Pandavas, they have chosen a right means, right? Dharma. And they wanted success, victory. Fine. And then therefore there is nothing else required? No. Grace is needed. Seventh factor. You follow? Which can take care of invisible wall. Obstacles will be walled off and they will gain victory. Arjuna is an example. So we should also choosing the right means right now in order to gain a desired end. Fine. We have to do that. At least we will not create a few more obstacles for the future. So we will choose the right means. But if you want a success in any endeavor, you want to accomplish something, then you need grace also. And for that, two types of actions are needed. More than an action which you are doing for accomplishing an end. Could you follow? Yeah. First is a prayer. Yeah. Prayer. The attitude of prayer. Prayerfulness. Prayer. Prayer definitely, in Veda it has been discussed very beautifully. That's how we were having this Nitya Karmas prayer, Sandhya Vandanam and those days, etc. Now it is those days, gone everything. So it was a daily prayer. The daily prayer used to take care of, or let's say they ward off obstacles in your endeavors, in your accomplishments which you wanted. So, in those days, but now let's say we should have a prayer. Now question is, how can you say prayer is so efficacious which can take care of the obstacles, etc. and I can earn grace? That's the question. Well, prayer is a punya karma. Well, but any punya karma there are many punya karmas. Yeah. But even if we do sometimes certain punya karmas, by our free will, we choose to do certain punya karmas, but still our free will is not free. Even in good actions, our free will is under pressure. Like, suppose some person comes to me and he got admission, suppose Harvard. And well, he needs some money for the study academic purpose. I have some money, suppose, and I give the money, thinking that I'm helping the student, definitely. And therefore, I have no such kind of an expectation that he would give it back to me. I'm just giving as it is. So now, this is a good action. But I might have a desire behind helping that person to win the person. That's a pressure. So you are helping the other person to win the person. Then that is also a pressure. So good actions means always your free will is free from the pressure? No. Second thing, there are actions, so-called actions, where free will is not there. Therefore, we should not call it action. Actions done by any other living beings. I will give you an example of a cow. Cow, almost whole life, gives milk to the master. Right? Well, when it becomes mature, adult, etc. Every day gives milk. Punya karma, good action. Swamiji must. I am really envying cow who has earned so much of punya, not a single. Because there is no free will at all. And therefore, if free will is not there, that would not generate any. Punya or papa both. Suppose it kicks his master, its master. No papa also. Gives milk, no punya also. No free will, no punya papa. Free will is there and totally free, not under pressure. Lot of punya. Free will under pressure. Punya will be less. Could you follow now? This is the thing. Prayer falls into a category where your free will, it's a karma, right? It can be a vachik karma, verbal, it could be a physical like pujas, etc. It could be a meditation on Ishvara, japa, etc. Manas karma, any karma, it's a karma where your free will is totally free. No, Swami, you are wrong. Whenever we are under pressure, we pray. You need not pray, and people don't pray. People don't pray. We advise a lot. Hardly people pray. People come to us and say, oh, this is a thing happening and all that. And we say, start praying. They know that prayer will not be answered very next day, naturally. Therefore, they drop. And there are thousands of escape routes to release your pressure. Right? Pain, etc. There are thousands of things. Therefore, prayer is a last choice. People tell us, we'll pray. We'll do. But hardly they do. Look at your own child's example. You tell your child, beta, you should, or beti, you should pray. They themselves don't pray. And they tell children to pray every morning. And they don't. And if you pressurize them, they won't listen. Even if they sit for some time, one day, with a crying, etc., they may sit. But they are not praying. They are waiting when you will go out. That's it. And next day, they won't come. So under pressure, well, you pray, that's not a criteria. When you pray, definitely there is a certain, religious pragmatism. You understand the importance of that seventh factor. The Ishvara makes a difference between success and failure. It's a big factor, it's not a small factor. You with all 6 factors is basically small knowledge, small power. How much knowledge I have, how much power I have. And look at that 7th factor. Ishvara with all, you know the whole creation, how it runs so efficiently. Whole thing is running. It's a Sarvanya, omniscient, omnipotent. Therefore, 7th factor alone can make a difference between success and failure. You understand all the things, and then understanding now the importance, etc., of Ishvara and His grace, etc., you pray. Means your free will is totally free. When your free will is totally free, not under pressure, then that action is most efficacious action. Therefore, it will definitely generate punya, grace. It's the first karma. which generates wonder. Definitely, good action turns into negative and many obstacles. And people know that prayer takes care of such obstacles. Thousands of people are examples. People come to us and tell also, but those people who are really doing prayer, they definitely they come and they say our prayers are answered. They say that. Thousands of people I met in this 20 years. Thousands. Literally, I generally tell a lot of lies, but this is not a lie, I'm telling you. We are agents of Ishvara, we are God, they call it, but I'm telling you, the prayers are answered. You have to keep praying, understanding its importance, etc. This is one type of action. Second is a reaching out action. Because that Ishvara likes very much. If you want to please him, to make him favorable, well, you should do something which makes him happy. And look at the whole cosmos. The whole cosmos, everything is basically reaching out. Starting from sun, moon, everything, clouds, they just offer themselves for the well-being of the cosmos. For the well-being of the cosmos. Sun offers, whether you sell anything to the sun. Nowadays in India right now it's summer, and that summer is not like here. People must be saying so many things, something. But yeah, they keep offering. If sun is not there, just think. Life ends, that's it. I have not to say anything. Life ends if sun is not there. Rain, earth, air, think. Just 5 elements, I am saying. Just 5 elements. Manifestation of Ishvara. So Ishvara offers himself in the form of this creation, cosmos. Every element of cosmos. Therefore, if you also being a part of the cosmos, you also start offering yourself, reaching out, he would be pleased. You will be happy. Yeah. And in fact, you are helping not because somebody will help. It is also possible. Somebody we should help because we also need a help. That's true. A doctor needs a lawyer's help, a lawyer needs a doctor's help. That's fine in this society. Well, everyone needs everyone's help. But I am not saying I am helping because I am given a chance to help, because I am already helped. I'm already helped. A 1 cup of tea in the morning, I'm starting from there. 1 cup of tea needs whole cosmos. This Swami is a humble guy. I'm telling you. So look at those components. Tea leaves, first component. Just think, tea leaves, tea comes in terms of a packet, with dry leaves, etc. You need the sun, earth, you need farmers, you need rain. What is not required? And then it goes to, for drying, etc., some machines and all inventions, think of. And somebody transports and brings to the retailers, and then you buy it, etc. Tea leaves, water, my God, pumping stations and all. Cleaning, they purify the water, etc. Sugar cane. How many things? And you have a stove, gas stove or something, suppose. So somebody is, from the refinery. How many things? Then look at your other needs. Your one plate of food definitely needs whole cosmos to help. Whole cosmos. But I am saying, if you have a doubt, you can raise a hand. I am telling you, just your basic needs of clothes, food, shelter needs whole cosmos. When they help, they offer themselves. your life is running. You are already helped. And understanding that now you help. Since the whole cosmos has already helped, 50, 60, 30, 40 years have gone. This help, sustained. Therefore you help. So in this, there is no attitude that I am helping and taking pictures also. Take picture. No. You are given a chance to help. That is the growth. This attitude grows a person. In a human life, a child is a consumer. You cannot ask a child to contribute either in a family or in a society. No one asks. Child is a consumer. But once you become adult, physically adult, well, you are asked to contribute. If you are contributing, you are an adult, which will be talking from tomorrow. That adult is psychologically adult, emotionally adult. One has to initiate it. You cannot, by nature's law, you just cannot become emotionally mature. If that is the case, you really enjoy the beauty of life. Even though we become adult physically, there is a drag in the life. There is no beauty in the life. That is just because person is remain emotionally child. Why, etc., will be seen tomorrow. So this is because you remain consumer. Child is a consumer. At the age of 50 also you are consumer. If you remain consumer, in fact, in a given setup, if you keep consuming and if you don't contribute, that setup will throw you out. That setup, any setup, you keep consuming and don't contribute. That setup, any setup, it could be a family setup or any other setup, you will be thrown out. As an adult, you are supposed to contribute. And if you contribute more than what you consume, you are a better adult. Better. But this karma also brings a grace of Ishvara. While we make the seventh factor favorable, so that whatever we want to accomplish, we can accomplish. Our Purushartha is there, 6 factors are there. The seventh factor, right? And that's what Arjuna did. Right means are there. And Arjuna, of course, he was a warrior, not sitting on the corner and asking for others' kind, other help. No, he just wanted grace of Ishvara. Grace was very close to him. Even what he wanted to accomplish, he could accomplish. Right? What's the time now? Okay, now open for questions. And this grace alone, so 5 minutes more. Questions you can ask later also, tomorrow also, in between also, no problem. This grace, especially for this circle, is very much needed for the ultimate goal called freedom. Because that has been told by Shankaracharya himself in Vivek Chudamani. Durlabam trayamevetat daivanugraha hetukam manushyatvam mamukshutvam mahapurusha samshaya. These 3 things are very rare, and one gain those 3 things only by grace of Ishvara. What is first? Gaining a human birth itself is a grace. This is so simple to understand that so many types of jivas are there, so many types of animals and insects and whatnot. In that, to gain human life, my God, is a rare possibility. And therefore, if you gain it, human birth is grace. But just gaining human birth cannot be called grace. It's of course but then there is further blessing also. One is born but born crippled, retarded, blind. People are born. No, but you and me are born healthy. And later also, all the organs were functioning even as a child. Everything is crystalline grace. My hands are working, crystalline grace, because there are laws because of which it is functioning. Those laws are not man-made laws, which I have not created. I am born with these laws. In fact, my birth is within the laws of the creation. And therefore, it's crystalline grace. You are able to see crystalline grace. Everything is grace. When these things only you realize when you lose eyes or something. When your hand doesn't function, is now you are not able to lift it. Then you realize that when it was, the things are given to you, and the one who gives all this doesn't say anything, always keeps mum. And therefore we don't pay attention also. Taken for granted. All is taken for granted. We eat food, I don't know what kind of food we eat and how in these days, we just don't know honestly. And the cancer cases are increasing, that people say, oh, we are eating a lot of food with all insecticides are there, these and that, pesticides. We just say all this, but we every day what we are eating, we just don't know. But we are able to survive with Ishvara's grace. I mean, as a child also I served. Many people die as a child. And children, this happens. I'm not giving emotional logic, but it's a fact of life. Well, I grew up also, I got education, I have a certain thinking faculty, all blessing. And right now sitting here. Therefore, first, whatever you earn, this grace, the first part is this gaining a human birth along with the faculty to think and enjoying certain health, etc. The second is a little difficult, and that is gaining a desire of freedom, desire for liberation. Now, desire for freedom is there in everyone. Who doesn't love freedom? Everyone loves freedom. Everyone loves freedom. A child also loves freedom. Child starts, when he starts walking, so he takes a help of a mother's sari or something, or just a hand. But as he feels that now he is able to walk, well, it will take away. Or on the side of the wall, it just takes help of the wall. And as it feels now, it can stand. And it can now walk. Take away. Nobody loves this kind of independence. Everyone loves independence. Or an old person who has got fracture and using this, our walker. So he also wants to, he asks every day to the doctor, crutches, let us say. He asks to the doctor, orthopedic doctor or anybody, when will I get rid of? It does help you so much. Why do you want to get rid of? No. I just don't like to go. One person told me he's an 80-year-old and he needs a help because his legs are big, so he has to take a help of a stick. No. He walks every morning. He said, but I don't want to go with the stick. Even if I keep a stick, I will keep it for doing this kind of. Doctors advise it because he loses balance. But no. A love for freedom. Either a child, either an old man, everyone loves freedom, independence. So desire for freedom is there in everyone. Therefore, the person who has a grace, has a desire of freedom, is something different. Ascertaining basically a fundamental problem and not understanding actually where the freedom lies. They think freedom also is to be sought. Like we are seeking money, we are seeking name, we are seeking fame. Same way we are seeking freedom. No. If that is the case, if that is the thing in your mind, you don't have a grace. Not understanding the fundamental problem. That's how many people are seeking spiritual solutions for psychological problems. Like suppose a person has an anger, lot of anger, compared to the normal person. And to get rid of anger, suppose he has come to know this that Vedanta says everything is mithya and I am alone is the satyam. Therefore my so much anger etc. is also mithya. To let me understand that. So let me seek this knowledge of Vedanta etc. Seeking a spiritual solution for his psychological problem will not work. Vedanta cannot help for the person who really needs a psychological solution. Yeah. For psychological solution problems, you need a psychiatrist. Yeah. If our psychology and psychological problems are a little different, rather dvesha, etc., that we did. In fact, Bhagavad Gita, if you remove this psychology from Bhagavad Gita, our own psychology, the psychology of this raga, dvesha, etc., if you remove it, then only there will be a few pages. Actually, just few pages. Bhagavad talks about this so much. Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna, Samudbhava. About raga, dvesha also, the second chapter, third chapter, everywhere. Trividam Darakasedam Dvaram Nashanam Atmanah Kamakrodis Tathalova Tasmadetat Trayam Tyajet. So much. These are your enemies and how to get rid of karma yoga. These are so much. So Vedanta addresses certain psychological issues which we'll be talking tomorrow. And but that is within certain range. If it is something more than that, person is literally abnormal in terms of anger and other things. Okay. Some people suddenly get fear, sudden fear of loneliness in midst of people, family members. And often, it has to be addressed by a psychiatrist. Vedanta cannot help. So for seeking a spiritual solution for psychological problems, you are not understanding fundamental problem. People want a freedom from all problems, and therefore they think there is a spiritual solution, and they do meditations, and they end up in doing they go in some untrodden path. So meditation will work. This all shows a lack of grace. Yeah. Only thing is, when you seek, if you are seeking freedom when you are seeking name, you are seeking freedom when you are seeking security, you are seeking freedom when you are seeking fame, you are seeking freedom when you are seeking money. What is that freedom? Freedom from insecurity. You are really not seeking security through the name, fame, money, etc. You are really seeking freedom from insecurity centered on I don't want to see myself as an insecure being. That's it. But I have taken myself as, it is taken for granted that I am an insecure being and security lies somewhere else. And therefore you seek security is there. Means you have not understood the basic problem. Once you understand that you are really seeking freedom from insecurity centered on I, you are really not seeking securities as such, then, and if you ask question, am I really insecure? If you ask that question, I think now the grace is opening for you. It's a right question. It's a right question. Anyway. And the third is, now if you want to understand the self, which is secure and whole, etc., of the nature of Ananda, if you want to understand, well, definitely you need a knowledge. And if you need a knowledge, the means of knowledge is Vedanta. And therefore, you operate means of knowledge and gain knowledge. Like you want to see something, you basically open your eyes, right? A mind should be there behind eyes, and the eye should basically is toward that particular object. That's enough. But problem is, Vedanta, even though it talks about the whole, it doesn't talk about the whole at a time. It slowly opens up. You just see even the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. First chapter of Bhagavad Gita, if you see, you find that Arjuna has a grief. Now, I myself had a doubt when I was studying that what is the connection of this grief and moksha? And what is the connection of this grief and this self-knowledge? We can't. If you just study first chapter, you will not have any understanding of Vedanta and the role of Vedanta, usefulness of Vedanta in removing the sorrow. But slowly Vedanta opens up. Even though the vision of whole is there, but it is not given immediately. And every sentence basically is connected integrally to the whole. So every sentence of the Vedanta should be understood in context of the whole. You have to connect it to the whole. For that you need to have a vision of whole, vision of the self. But you yourself are a student. You want to have a knowledge of the whole. You don't have a vision of the whole. So unless you have a vision of the whole, you cannot understand every sentence of the Vedanta. And unless you study Vedanta, you don't get the vision of the whole. What will you do? Then you go to the teacher who has the vision of the whole. Do you follow? That is where teacher is required. But then Swamiji, how will I know that the teacher knows? This is the question. Yeah. They say how we should take the interview of the guru in order to make him a guru for me. How will you know? The teacher knows. Well, only thing is you can request to a teacher. You can request to a teacher to teach. And if he is able to reveal himself as a whole in a teaching, he knows the whole. Am I right? That's it. But how will I understand? How will I gain such a teacher? How will I be in contact with such a teacher? Ishvara's grace. This is a third grace. Yeah. This is a third grace. So having a human life, having a clear understanding of what is freedom, etc., understanding fundamental problem. Second, and third is gaining knowledge. One has a teacher. All the three are basically from your own earning grace. So definitely everyone needs a lot of grace. Therefore, be prayerful and do something good every day in your life. Right? Be contributor to your surrounding, etc. That's how it is. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. So we'll meet tomorrow for meditation.